Yes.
Behind Chris over there.
You might three hairs.
Yeah.
You should have socialized.
It's 9 o'clock. Let's call the Blanco County Commissioners Court to order this Tuesday, January 28, 2025, and ask Ms. Wall to call the roll.
Judge Bray.
Here.
Commissioner Weir.
Here.
Commissioner Eaker.
Here.
Commissioner Reisman.
Here.
Commissioner Riley.
Here.
Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I pledge allegiance to Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Please remain standing for the invocation. Ms. Harris.
Psalm 104, verse 33. I will sing unto the Lord as long as I live. I will sing praise to my God while I have my being. Heavenly Father, please continue to guide us to stand in your faithfulness. May we lean into you more than ever. We ask that you crush our worries with your mighty right hand and build us up to be the child you created each of us to be. Father, you are the river that delivers us to freedom, and the current of your mercy brings restoration. We thank you for the blessings that you bring into our lives each and every day. We thank you and we pray this in your Son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Commissioners, before moving to item 1, I want to recognize we have a dignitary among us. The district attorney for our 4-county district is here, Mr. Thomas. Do you want to say anything?
Just say that I started less than a month ago now. It's been quite busy. We're back on trial next door, but it's been real exciting. And I'm really honored to be able to work for you and serve you as your district attorney. Anything we can do to help you in our office, we're here to help. And so Thank you for letting me hear that. Appreciate it.
And just so they all know this, but just so everyone knows, it's not like you're new to the district.
That's correct. That's correct. I had first been here, served as the first assistant district attorney for Mr. McAfee. And then I was in private practice for a number of years, practicing in Blanco, governmental counties, before I took the office of district attorney. So I'm quite familiar with the district, most of the folks in law enforcement and other offices. So really excited to get to work for you.
Well, welcome.
Thanks so much.
Item 1 on your agendas are the minutes from the January 14th meeting.
I move that we dispense the readings of minutes for the January 14, 2025 Commissioners Court meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Eager, discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. There are no line item transfers to consider. Moving past item 2 to item 3. Outstanding bills.
I make a motion to ratify the bills in the amount of $8,661.36 and approve the outstanding bills in the amount of $263,068.91.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Commissioner Weir, discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item 4, resignation letter.
I'll make a motion to accept the resignation letter from Linda Bray from the Blanco County Child Protection and Family Advocacy Board, and would like to thank her for her service.
Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Eager, discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Mark me as abstention, please.
Yes, sir.
Item 5. So, Ms. Jenkins, you want to present this?
Mr. Nico couldn't be with us this morning. His job called him to be in Austin today, and unfortunately, last night. I think you all have a copy of the plan of what Mr. Nico has suggested the addition. As the court might know, there's no irrigation on veterans' side. Mr. Nico was very instrumental in having the grass donated to us, and it's been being hand watered, and he's been doing a lot of that himself. And he kind of grew up in the business, I guess, and had lots of contacts. Professionally drawn by one of those people, his contacts. And he wants to donate this to the Blanco County Veterans Memorial and Blanco County.
So he's the guy that donated all that sod just
Yes,
before the opening?
Yes, sir. And he laid it along with Zach
Johnson
Johnson, guys.
and children, I think. And so now he wants to dig it up and put a irrigation system?
Yes, sir. And he's responsible and financially it all goes. And of course, we had it drawn completely because the county needs it in their maintenance as they go forward. As we know, we didn't know where some of those water lines were before. We certainly know where a lot of them are now, since we found them.
And so he'll be hooking up to our existing
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
sprinkler system.
Yes, sir.
And will he make sure that it's marked
Yes,
well
sir.
this time?
Yes, sir. We're trying to do our very best to give a marker for generations to come, because we might not all, I might remember where it was at, but if I'm not here, or Mr. Eaker's not here, Mr. Leisman's not here, that's not gonna do the future any good.
But it's going to connect to our
Yes,
existing.
sir. There is a water line that runs across there, which we found when we did the underdigging, am I correct, Chris?
Yes.
So the water line exists, it just did not have any sprinkler heads or anything for that.
Isn't that the one that was in 2 at some point? So there are cutoffs, and we'll get everything marked really well this time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And he's wanting to do this at no cost to the county.
Exactly. It's a time donation, like so many other people have been wonderful to do.
Are you gonna figure out, this isn't really necessarily germane, but you're gonna figure out some way to recognize him
Yes, sir.
in the memorial?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Got any ideas?
Not yet, but we're pretty creative and we'll come up with something that would certainly honor him, the people that he's worked with and that have done these in-kind services. That's our main goal. We would not have our Blanco County Veterans Memorial if we did not have a lot of that contribution.
Does anyone want to move to accept the donation?
Prior to that, I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. So where it shows the water meter, is that the exact location where the water meter is, or did they just draw a water meter in here?
I think he probably just drew a water meter
Okay,
because I do not believe
that water meter's right there.
architect did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% certain, but I think that water meter is on the other side of the street. So other side of that entrance there. But I do want to make sure that he's calling for a backflow preventer and that he's making sure that he puts that in. That's one of the main requirements from the city. You know, any sprinkler system. make
And
sure
we'll work with you on this
Okay.
as we work with the other things to make sure that we're following the guidelines of the city as well as the county to make sure it's as correct as we can get it.
Well, with that being said, I'd like to make a motion to accept the donation of a sprinkler system for the Veterans Memorial from Robert Mitchell.
Is there a second? Commissioner Eager, discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Next, I asked Ms. Jenkins to just stay. Next is a resignation letter from Clay Simpson, who, as I remember, when we created the committee for the Veterans Memorial, it was Ms. Jenkins, Mr. Simpson, a couple other people.
Lita Garcia from
Right.
Blanco
Right.
and Mike Delano, who was at that point in time,
Right.
the commander, was with the Legion.
And now it's built and everybody's kind of going their way. And not only are you presenting today about recognizing Mr. Simpson for his efforts, but transferring the responsibility for the future, what do we say, management?
Well, the Hill Country chapter NSDAR was the one in Erie that was always the 501c that was the driving force behind it. But we had a county committee appointed by this court so that we could adequately design and meet all the needs and honor all of Blanco County as well as any of those out here. So yes, sir, we would like to honor all of those people. And Ms. Garcia will remain active in this because she is a DAR member of the chapter as well.
So for purposes of the minutes and recognizing people, the four of you are who again?
Mike Delano, Lita Garcia, Clay Simpson, and myself.
Does anyone, is there anything else before I have to call for a motion?
No, sir, I gave each, and we can talk about that afterwards, I gave some information about just an update on the memorial.
You want to go ahead and make that?
Yes,
update?
sir, I think maybe that would be correct. So, as most of you know, that money all stays in a separate account from our accounts at Texas Regional. Susie Corlett has given me an update. She is the force behind the bricks and benches and getting them done. We have 11 new orders. I think we actually got one in overnight last night. We have 23 4x8s currently. 3 are replacements where they had been an error made that we're replacing. We have 2 8x8s, one of those for replacement where there was an error on spelling or whatever the plaque, and the plaque was on one of the pedestals for the topper was done, simply done. The plaque will be replaced when it's warmer weather and we can actually pull along and keep along. The others, as we stated before, each April and each October, we will do the cumulative bricks that people have purchased and install them twice a year.
Yeah, let me interrupt you there. We encounter, I know I do, and I think they do, encounter people sometimes on site, and they're interested in the bricks. And I've been telling them, I thought it was March or April, and every half year. What is the deadline for April?
March 15th.
And the deadline for October, or do you know?
October would be September 15th. And once we are able, if I may take one step further, is that and the balance, and all bills have been paid. So we have $37,318.19. That money would be used probably, most likely what we're going to use that for is a kiosk. We have a promise of another $20,000. We have not gone out and done any other pushes.
So this 37 is not including the Kinder
No,
Morgan?
it is not. It does not include Kinder Morgan.
Okay.
Promise. So that's actual cash on hand in the bank as of this morning. So these funds will go toward doing the kiosks, buying a program to that. We have a volunteer who does that for a living, and she says just design it, I'll put it together. The mechanical part of it is in the installation.
So have you already, I know you told me, but have you already told all the commissioners about this kiosk?
I don't know.
Can you do it?
I was aware of kiosk to be placed in a later date.
Yes, the second phase would be the kiosk. Well, the kiosk.
Can you describe it in 50 words or less?
The kiosk is, if you go to a lot of historical sites or other places, you will find a kiosk. Sometimes these are inside, ours are going to be outside, so that as you visit, you'll be able to find out. It's going to be a teacher, not just about this particular site. It's going to tell you a little bit about each ward that we're involved in that we represent. It's going to talk about whose bricks are there. It's going to have a donor list, so everybody who did in-kind or financial to make this happen, those will all be listed on there. That's part of the programming that has to be done. Our hope long-term would be that it'll be a destination and we can get it on some of these travel sites so that people will come and make sure they see this. So we would kind of be a destination in a sense to do that. The third phase will actually be in 2025, BAR. We're big into recognizing America's going to be 250 years old, July 4th. And so what we want to do is to be able to put a plaque there that talks about the establishment of America.
You mentioned tourism. Have you given any thought to applying to the court for a hotel tax supplement?
Yes, sir, I have.
Okay.
We just haven't got to that point between the dedication, the holidays and getting our feet back on the ground and going into this second phase. We have not done that yet, but we certainly will be coming back to the court once we get our proposal together.
So the only other thing that I would like to add to my comment for you is in your kiosk, don't forget, and it might be ideal prior to your installation of your sprinkler system, to install the conduits for internet and power at the location of the kiosk.
The power, I believe, was run. You and I had talked about the source for, that was on a pole and we were gonna be across from there or something. I remember one of our conversations on the side.
Yeah, at the time when we discussed this, HC Wireless was offering to donate and coming from that pole in the back right there, so.
Yeah, so we have to consider that. I will talk to Bob about that and see what we need to do and get that done. We did run power because we knew that's what we wanted to do. Thank you for that.
I'm thinking we are looking for a motion to accept Mr. Simpson's resignation and to accept the transfer to the local NSDAR chapter.
I move to accept the resignation of Veterans Memorial Committee member Clay Simpson, acknowledge the dissolution of the said committee and authorize the Hill Country chapter and SDR to sponsor and oversee the memorial, including but not limited to fundraising efforts with joint cooperation of the county.
Can we include in your motion the recognition of the 4 individuals we discussed?
And also add the rest of the recognition of the 4 members of the current board.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Commissioner Weir, discussion. All in favor, say aye. And opposed? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Item 7. Ms. Adami, do you have a minute to come up? Item 7 is your consideration of a contract for providing election services both to the city of Blackville and to the city of Johnson City for this coming May election. I have one question, I think, I hope. I was looking at the cost split, and it reminds me of the cost split that you did for November.
Yes.
And I thought the November cost split was really fair, and didn't burden the cities too terribly for their share of administration of the election. But I'm wondering, it looks like the same cost split for the May election, but the county doesn't have that I don't think the county is gonna have anything on the May election. So I'm kind of curious why we are paying 73% of the cost.
73% of the cost, because the city of.
And by the way, let me first, I meant to start this up opposite. I applaud you. I'm very happy that you managed to get both cities interested in doing business with us because, well, it uses it's good. It uses the express votes, it uses the machine. It's a great way of voting. I think it's great. And so I'm not complaining. I'm just wondering about the cost split.
The cost split is only between the entities that participate in it. So the city of Johnson City, the city of Blanco, and if the Blanco Pedernales Water Conservation District participate in it, they'll all 3 split the cost. We're using the county for the number of voters that
But it's, okay, that sounds like that sounds reasonable, sounds like what I would have hoped it would be, and the groundwater district isn't in this contract, that's okay, because there'll be another contract.
we've already approved that contract.
But there's a table, and the last column says cost allocation per entity, and it says 73% is the county's. That's in this contract, and so that's why I'm curious.
Yes, the Blanco County doesn't, there's no cost to the county. It's only to the entity. That there will be the only ones that split the cost. The Blanco County is only for the number of voters in the entire county.
I think that's great attempt, that's not what I think it says. Is there time for us to have this go back through a review in the county attorney's office and still adopted at the next meeting?
Sure, yes. The last day for, application for those entities will be on February 14th. So if we have enough before then, yes, we can take a look at it then.
I will defer to the commissioners if they accept it as it is or allow us to take another look at it.
And that's a general contract, that was provided by the county attorney's office.
Well, then maybe Ms. Ashby can elaborate. Can
Judge,
you?
I haven't seen the numbers that you're referring to. If we could approve it subject to county attorney approval. Then I'll work with her on the numbers.
We have one more meeting, the February 11th, it's our next week.
I'm fine either way. If the court is okay approving it and yet it's still being modified, I'm okay with that. It's totally up to y'all.
With the county attorney approval,
Sir?
with the county attorney
Yeah.
approval.
Yeah. Is that what you wanted? Is that your motion?
Well, not yet. I'm one man talking up there, so. Well, all right. I move that we consider for Rosemary Dame, elections administrator, to enter into a contract with the cities of Johnson City and Blanco for the May 3rd, 2025 uniform election with county attorney approval.
And just before I call for a second, just to get your motion clarified, because that's what the agenda item says, but it implies, I think, that I signed the contract. Am I wrong?
The motion,
No,
the
Never mind.
commissioners court approves it and I sign it.
we both signed, it looks like, according to this draft. Okay, we're fine, we're good. Your motion's good. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Commissioner Weir, discussion. Just for clarification, if we don't have anything on the ballot, the county doesn't have anything on the ballot, we're not really looking for the county to be expensive, taking any of the expense for that election, are we?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Thank you. Item 8, Mrs. Ashby, do you have a minute? Or Ms. Early, either one of you, whoever worked on it.
I think Miss,
It's been, so this is the policy on prohibited websites and such.
Yes.
And more. It's been brought to my attention that this policy seems to have been contained within our, exists within our personnel manual. You know anything about that?
so in our personnel manual, under, you got 1C4, which is computer and internet usage. And then you have 1C5, social media application services prohibited on county devices. And all this came with Debbie and Texas Association of Counties approval back in November 28th of 2023. Has there been anything that's been changed
I think just a list of prohibited applications on the.
which they're listed in here, TikTok and all the rest of them.
Okay.
Everything with the bite dance limited, everything that the governor listed, and it also states it here about anything that the governor prohibits. So I don't know, is this a duplication? Could this all be rolled into, is there anything that just need to be modified in the personnel policy?
I'll have to compare the two to see, but it sounds like it might all be covered in there.
There's a provision at the end that says the policy will be reviewed. Is that part of the directive or?
Yes.
So either we're gonna at least that provision annually, or we're gonna have this currently before the court and review it annually.
Yes.
And I made a note for Ms. Harrison to put, if this was approved, to put on the checklist that annually we're gonna have to look at this. Right?
Yes.
So regardless, I had a question or two regardless of where it's contained, whether it's in the personnel manual or whether it's a separate standalone policy. There's a section that says exceptions, it's toward the end, prohibited technologies sections. It says that the county, that there's an exception for sharing information to the public in an emergency. And my worry, I can see the good parts to that, but my worry is, does that create some sort of dependency on the part of the public that we're gonna share stuff that we might not?
I think that's just in there to allow us to go outside our normal channels if there is an emergency, to try to get it broadcast as quickly as possible.
Right, that's kind of what it says, but I'm just concerned. There might be reasons why we might not. I don't know what goes on right here, but I can imagine there might be. Am I not? Is it pretty vague when I'm asking? Because if it is, I'll just quit.
Well, if I'm understanding what you're saying, right, you don't want it to imply to the public that we're going to use all kinds of broadcast media to get our information out.
Yes, it's more of what the information is that we're, yeah, I guess that's true. We might not use all forms.
And I think in there it says that we may, but not that we shall.
So backing up in the policy, it says only the elected official of each department may approve exceptions to the ban on these applications. So that literally means every department head is not, this policy is enforced.
Time that they could said that the IT.
It does say that they,
County judge.
well, no, what it says is they will, in concert with IT department, but then it goes on to say, if they make exceptions, it must be reported to the county judge prior to installation or use. But it doesn't say that they have to consult the county judge to make the decision. Yeah, it's at the end. It says the elected official shall work with IT to limit access. I'm not sure what that means. Vague phrase too.
Well, I know Mr. Nagel was very concerned that a lot of the heads of the departments might not know some of the apps that are connected to TikTok and what they do and what the harm could be. So he just wanted to make sure that he was involved so he could ensure that they understood what the ramifications may be by allowing people into some of these applications. And
so you intend for that line, the elected official shall work with IT to be a directive from the commissioner's court, that it's not a choice, that they shall work with the IT department.
yes.
And you're not concerned about a lack of uniformity when it says each elected official gets to make the call?
And we can change that so that it says each elected official can make recommendations to the commissioner's court or to the judge.
We could. I just am asking. We didn't so far. I'm just wondering if you're okay with that.
that was part of it, when I was working with Mr. Nagel, was that there would be some uniformity. But there's nothing in there, I guess, if the commissioner's court or Bedford disagrees with the applications that a particular department wants to use.
So going further back up into this policy, it's in the last part of 2.2. I guess I'd be asking the commissioner, since he's reviewed the personnel policy, that when it talks about the county will manage the security and take security measures listed below, including restricting access and remotely wiping non-compliant mobile devices and remotely uninstalling unauthorized software. Is that in our personnel policy?
Nothing on the
Yeah, I didn't think so. I think that's new. And so these are powers that if the commissioner's court were to adopt the policy, Ms. Ashby, that to me says that if there's a restricted application and IT, whoever IT is, discovers it somewhere on our system, they would have the authority to go ahead and remotely remove it.
Yes. If it's on, yes, on county equipment.
All based on our most recent audit and a lot of the activity that's been going on in November, December, and January, in terms of increased security and efforts to clean up the system.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a real technical term. These all look like really good tools.
Yes, I believe some of these were discussed with our audit of the system.
Again, was there something in the reasoning behind this? Is this the governor's office or is this the legislature? How did we get to this policy being required? Because, and my follow-up question is going to be, because is it a separate policy that's required and then an annual review, separate from whatever we might have in personnel policy?
It's the governor's directive, and it directs all
Counties.
To have a policy. I don't think it has to be a standalone policy. But this is the version that they sent out to everybody to use.
That this is a template.
Yes, this is a template that we modified for our use.
Well, I guess I might argue that it would be like belt and suspenders. It would be a good thing to, as long as it doesn't contradict what's in the personnel manual, or the personnel manual doesn't contradict this, that it would be a good thing to go ahead and adopt this. But I'm open to, if no one wants to move forward on it now, I guess we can go back and take a look.
I guess my thought would be trying to keep it all uniform and keep it all in one location. I would like to maybe just revise our personnel policy to reflect any changes that you would like to make coming from this specific directive, because TAC, this stuff was previous to our the installation of this personnel policy. So whenever we check all our boxes for risk management, the social media is in there. So that's one of the boxes we have to check off to make sure that we're following the policies according to TAC. So I would like to take this and incorporate it in, revise our personnel policy to make it reflect any changes that we out of this document. And that way, every new employee has a copy of the personnel policy and they sign off on it whenever they get their first check.
Yeah, well, as I understand this, just devil's advocating, as I understand this policy, it would also have to be executed by each employee
Yes.
separately. Number one, and number two, I think you said that this was existing when TAC was when we were considering the TAC template for the personnel policy, and I don't think that's accurate because this directive just came from the governor's office. very recently, and it's based on national politics about TikTok and
I believe it came out in November, but it does have a lot of the same stuff.
the question is, our Blanco County, if we incorporate it into the personnel manual, even if we, I don't care.
All the county attorneys that we are aware of this template for it.
We do have a meeting with TAC next Thursday that we could bring to your office and we could discuss it.
Someone does take something out of the IT person, out of their that be documented what they've taken out, so that in the future, if we have another problem or something, they can go back and look at that, see if that.
The personnel manual or?
Well, it's
We have
given,
this as a standalone.
we're giving the IT person the ability to go in there and remove something that might be in there. I'm just wondering, is that logged somewhere saying
Yes, we are
that
required.
this is the program they took out and at this time, in case it affects something in the future? Okay.
The steps that they've taken.
Based on Ms. Ashby's answer to my last question, I personally would favor adopting this policy, but if there's not sufficient support for it among the court, then I guess we will pass the matter until another time.
Well, I'll go ahead and make a motion to implement the covered applications and prohibited technology policy pending county attorney approval.
Is there a second? Second that. Commissioner Riley, discussion.
I don't have,
If the policy, if after your meeting with TAC and Ms. Ashby, and it turns out that the policy is duplicative and unnecessary, then I'm perfectly fine with folding it into the personnel manual at a later date.
Judge, I would like clarification on one thing, under the exceptions. Commissioners want exceptions to come back to the commissioners court, to the judge, or the judicial matter.
Well, when you dissect that provision 2.7, it says, it doesn't say that that the county judge says yea or nay. It says that it's reported to the county judge prior to installation and use. I took that to mean if it were reported to the county judge, that it could be placed on an agenda for the court.
Yeah, that's how I originally intended it.
Which would be my preference. That the court, if Ms. Wallow decides that she wants TikTok for whatever reason, that the court weigh in on that, not just me.
And that would be fine. The one concern I had was broadcasting to the world who has access to some of these applications. And I don't know if that makes a difference or not.
Well, let's just, if Ms. Wallow wanted to have TikTok, what difference does it make whether we on YouTube or whatever notify people that she has access to TikTok? I mean, if she's on TikTok, can't you find it anyway?
I don't use TikTok, so I don't know.
I'm not, I know you will, so I'm not really. I was just picking on you.
But if she is using TikTok, someone ought to know about it, right?
Yes,
On county devices.
yes. Or they're accessing county systems on the device that has it.
So I don't know if we've answered your question. My answer is it would be the court. And I understand, and I got your reservation that if the court's deciding it, it's an open meeting and everybody gets to know about it. I don't know, something about that doesn't bother me.
Okay.
I mean, we are talking about TikTok, but it might be something else. And if this is a template, what do you think they meant? This way.
You could change that to, must be reported to Commissioners Court and governmental before installation.
See, I don't know if we need to do that because, let's say Sheriff Jackson wants to investigate something and needs access to, get TikTok, something that's on the list. I don't know that the court necessarily, I don't know if that needs to be necessarily broadcast to the public. If IT is okay with it and they can figure out how to secure it, so the rest of us are safe. And if it's reported to somebody, I guess the county judge's office, and it's determined that it doesn't need to go on further to the court, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Which is how I think it reads now.
Yes.
But those are, the sheriff is kind of a different animal. That's a sensitive sort of thing. It's law enforcement. But generally speaking, if Ms. Waller wants TikTok, I would want the court to know that. Does that make sense?
So are you saying all non-law enforcement?
I'm saying just find the way it is.
Okay.
Personally, that's just me. And we're still in discussion, but we have a motion from Commissioner Weir, seconded by Commissioner Riley, or do I have that backwards?
That's good. Oh, you got it right.
Anything else? Is it clear as mud, or?
No, I think we're good. I'll work with Commissioner Leisman and see if there's a scalable policy. I'll see if there's anything in the handbook that needs to be added to this.
And vice versa. If it works vice versa, I just don't want to be 1 versus 253. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 9 involves Deputy Chase.
All right, I move to ratify and authorize the selection of Justin Chase as deputy constable to replace Morgan Kelsher for the Blanco County Precinct 1 Constable's Office.
Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Leisman, discussion. So this is difficult to be bringing up publicly. I guess it's kind of messy, but you're fine. But Deputy Chase is was practically the only person I saw almost the entire holiday season, like the week before Christmas and the week of Christmas, patrolling the streets here in the north, here in the city, so to speak. I'm not saying there weren't others. I'm saying he's the only one I saw visible. And he works pretty hard and he does a really good job. And then in the last week or two, he literally has been performing what you are attempting to ratify or authorize. And my question is, by ratifying Does that mean he could be paid from when he started full-time or, excuse me, or does he not get paid until today?
No, he gets paid. Alright,
From when he started full-time as the actual deputy?
yes.
All right. Excuse me. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Thank you,
Thank
sir. Item 10, construction bond. Commissioner Eager.
Yes, on this, Stanton Vistas, at the present time, I did not find it, I cannot release the construction bond because there's one item left. It's the suppression tank. And they were supposed to have it fixed, everything right, but it hadn't been reported back to me, so, we need to pass on that until.
Item 11, maintenance bonds, Commissioner Eager.
Yes, I'd like to, make a motion to release the maintenance bonds for the following subdivisions in precinct 2. The 1623 Divide, Legacy Hills, Phase 1 and Phase 2.
They're that, so both of those are that old now?
Yes,
Because maintenance bonds are 2 years. Yes, usually. Yes,
Yes.
2 years. So it's been 2 years since we've already released construction bonds on those 2 subdivisions. All right, is that your motion?
that's my motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Commissioner Weir, discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 12.
I'd like to make a motion to release the maintenance bond for Round Mountain Reserve Phase 1.
Second.
Good. Motion's made, seconded by Commissioner Riley. Discussion. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, motion carries. Item 13, specs and purchase.
So I'd like to make a motion to approve the specs and purchase of a 2022 John Deere 60G mini excavator as outlined in the capital equipment for FY 24-25.
Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Eager, discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Item 14, surplus.
So I've got, items over at the, couple of them are from the recycle center, the 20-yard plastic bins with lids and the 2 cardboard balers, because we replaced those, and then we bought new tires for skid steer. So I move that we authorize to declare the following items as surplus property, which are the 20 large plastic bins with lids, 4 used skid steer tires and rims, and 2 max pack cardboard balers. So we're on go bid.
That's your motion?
That's my motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Commissioner Weir, and discussion. So perhaps one of you can just educate me. Why are we changing rim?
They come rims and tires.
Solid tires.
It's all solid tires.
I'm sorry, so we're going to solid tires and we didn't have solid tires?
They were solid tires. So that when they wear out, they're done. So you gotta replace the whole thing.
Can't put a solid tire on the rim.
No,
It's molded to
it's
the
all
rim.
together.
Solid tires are awfully rough.
Further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 15, burn ban.
But we're currently in a burn ban, so until our next meeting, correct?
It's till the next meeting? Okay.
So I have had some requests, and I referred them to you, during the little bit of snow that we received, I had a request from one of the fire departments to lift the burn ban. I've also had some additional requests from, ranchers and wanting to burn some coastal fields. So anyway, I told them that it's on until the next meeting. So I'm not looking to take it off, but we do have good chances of rain coming Thursday.
So how is burning a coastal or hay grazer or what I don't really know what I'm talking about, but whatever kind of field how is that not the agricultural exception just in the burn, that's contained in the burn?
That I'm not 100%. I didn't look into the,
It's probably not an organized burn, like where you hire a company to come out and do it or monitor
a certified burn manager.
it.
Well, that's another exception. The controlled burn by a certified burn manager is an exception, and that's what the park uses, for example. But I thought agricultural exemption, I beg your pardon?
We did not approve that in the last. when we,
It's contained in the stock language, but we didn't check it.
That is correct.
But what does it say? Does it require a particular
Burning
person?
of agricultural crops would prepared by someone other than a certified by insured prescribed burn manager.
By someone other
Other
than
than, so
a rancher?
a rancher cannot do it, but
Why not?
because we Xed it out.
But if we had not Xed it out, a rancher could
The
do it.
rancher could have done it himself.
So, I mean, it's currently in place. I'm fine leaving it in place, unless we want to change it and just remove that out of it. I don't know.
So I'm looking at you.
What do you think about the rain coming in?
I think there's about an 80% chance of rain.
All right, so I'm gonna be the guy. I'll be the guy that makes sure that it doesn't rain. So I move that we lift the burn ban until.
Slip the burn ban.
Just lift the burn ban, yeah. Okay. I move that we lift the burn ban.
Is there a second? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Oh, sorry.
Lifted at noon today.
Sir?
Lifted at noon today.
Okay, and did you two vote? Sorry, Laura.
I voted for.
You voted to lift
To lift.
the burn ban.
I didn't even vote.
Okay. Do you want to be abstained?
Did you abstain?
Do you?
Yeah, I abstained from it. I got a brother-in-law that killed me.
All right, so make that 3 and 2 abstentions.
Who was the second
Me,
abstain?
me. All right, we have 2 more items that are both going to be taken up in executive session as well as ultimately open meeting. They are possible, not possible litigation now, it is actual litigation and some potential real estate matters, both of which are exceptions under the Open Meetings Act. And so, and unfortunately, I apologize to the audience, but unfortunately, the district court's in session and we are out of room, so we're not going to be able to have the commissioner's court move somewhere else. We're going to have to ask you all to vacate the room for a few minutes. It is now 9:55 a.m. and the commissioner's court will go into executive session at this time.